Yo, bro.
What you saying, G?
Kicks Chronicles 100.
Yeah, buddy.
The streets want to know who you got coming on, man.
I got an idea, and I got a very special guest in mind. It's kind of left me on red.
It's not a good look.
I have a plan.
Which kind of plan?
We're gonna need to go somewhere.
Where are we going?
It's probably better you don't know.
A few moments later.
Where are we, bro? Don't scary, man.
Don't make no noise, bro.
Take this thing off my head, man. Take it off.
Bro, what are you wearing?
Brother, look at this. Look at this, bro.
I'm not about to catch a case with you, bro.
Bro, this thing ain't even released yet, bro.
That's so 100.
Bro, let's pray it's not your last.
Hit me, what you saying?
Oh, snap. I feel someone's coming.
Bro, how did you even get in here? I told you no. I'm not getting on the pod.
Yes, my people, Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is, man. Kicks Chronicles, your sneaker and lifestyle podcast. Do you know what, bro? I said 2024, man's outside, you get me? You can tell by the surroundings, I ain't any place, like I'm in a special place, you get me? Deep in the heart of something that I've been trying to hold back, trying to believe that it's real, but we're really here, broski. We're really here.
We're here, man.
You get me? We're really here. So as people can probably tell, and as you can probably see, sitting right next to me is someone that I've been following for a number of years, probably responsible for one of the hottest drops in 2024, respectfully. Super calm character, very, very humble. You get me? Somebody I would consider a bro. You get me? Showed nothing but love, and just so happens to be one of the hottest designers in the game right now. And for a long time, I'll probably say, you're gonna see this name and you're gonna see this face for a long time. You get me? From dusk till dawn.
Jeez.
You get me? Moon rises and raisins.
Jeez. Bro, you got bars, man. You got bars.
You get me? From the Spanish sun, you know, the solis.
Come
you
on,
get me,
man.
man? We're
Come
doing
on,
the
man.
thing. You get me? I'm here with the one and only, the original OG, Lorenz.OG. What you saying, my guy?
All good, my brother. Nah, love the intro, man. Nah,
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
you, bro.
Thank you for bringing me into the spot. You get me? I told you we're outside. You get me? Sometimes you have to change it up, man, especially when it's guys like Lorenzo. So I appreciate you for that, but also more than anything else, I appreciate you for just being you. For when I reached out, your boy did me a favor, you know.
Who?
You did me a
Oh,
favor,
come on,
you
man.
know.
Big PROZECH comes calling, bro. Bro, it
boy
was only
did
a
me
matter of time. It was
Yeah,
only
no,
a matter
we
of time.
needed to chop it up. We needed to
Yeah,
make it
come on,
happen.
man.
Still, we needed to make it happen, man. But your boy hooked me up, man. We ain't gonna go too deep into that. Other things were afoot, but you know, God had a plan. God had a plan,
man.
and this is the one. You get me? Like, Kicks Chronicles 100 would not be the same without us sitting down and chopping it up, and I could not think of a better time. Anniversary episode, milestone episode with a milestone guest. What more could you want? What we got to do, like we do with every episode, is we got to take it right back to the beginning. You got to take it right back to the beginning. How did you fall in love with Kicks?
So yeah, nah, taking it all the way back. I've got to take it back to like primary school years.
Come on.
Obviously, like, I was deep into football growing up, and like I was always like, from the first time my mum bought me a pair of like AstroTurf boots that I could wear for football and at school, like the feeling of having that new pair, the smell, going to Sports World, looking at all the pairs, like. My first pair was actually in reception, like in the first year of school. Total 90s, like the OG Nike, the ones they're retro in actually.
Yeah.
That pair, like it must have been 2004, 2005. Yeah. I got a pair. I couldn't tie my laces, so my mum had to put in these like elastic laces.
Elastic.
Bro, like so innovative, bro. I'm telling you, like she was on that.
She was on that wave.
So like all I had to do, I slip them on, pull them, and they get tighter.
And you're nice.
I basically had power laces back then. So yeah, like it was football that got me into product and footwear, and like I didn't see it as like fashion. I didn't see it as like sneakers, but it was like that love for new product, that feeling when you get that new pair, and like how it really like it gives you a boost. Like you put that pair on, you feel like you're better.
100.
Like I'd get a pair of Mercurials, I'd think I was faster.
Absolutely.
I'd think I was like more, but like it's funny because like just thinking you like just having that feeling and just having that like extra confidence actually like it does actually make you play better.
It makes you do things you wouldn't normally do.
Exactly. So like obviously like football was my whole like my world back then. Like it's funny, I still deep down I feel like
you feel like you got a bit.
I didn't make it, bro. I did, cause do you know what I mean? Like so like yeah. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, like it was Nike football boots. Every season my mum would get me a new pair, so like I'd really think all year about like what pair I'm gonna get, because I want it to last all season.
I hear that.
And when I say last, I mean like last in how I view that. I don't want to get something late and then like the new thing comes out and it's like, oh, I wish I got that.
So you're like thinking
that way of thinking
yeah.
was always kind of established. And then like as I got older, that feeling just translated into like casual footwear, trainers. And like when I was in like year 7, going to secondary school, there's more of this pressure / like desire within me to like express myself through how I dressed, and that would usually be like the kind of it shoe at the time. And then like bro, back then it was like you go top man, you get like that was what it was about, bro. Like getting top man, getting
the
those
matching
V-necks, bro. Bro, I had every colorway. I swear.
The whole matching.
My mum will vouch for me. I had, bro, it was £10. You get 2 t-shirts.
Yeah,
I'd try like a new colorway would be in. I'd be like, yo, I've got to get it. If I don't get it, it's gonna sell out. So
This
like,
is it.
I was always like collecting weird stuff like and like into product like that. And then like gradually like the shoes that people wanted at school were like they were pretty much like your sneakers. So like, but it wouldn't be like how we view them now. It'd be like everyone wanted Air Max, but we wouldn't know the names. We just know that there was Air Max. And so like looking back, obviously people were wearing Air Max 1s, Air Max 90s, 95s, but we just saw them as Air Max. So if it had a bubble, that class was it. Some people had like the Air Max from Sports Direct, and it was a kind of like, it wasn't really the proper ones. And like I remember time
them cling film bubbles.
like when I got onto Air Max, like they were £97. I remember exactly what they were. I was in year 9 at the time, and it was a pair of the Air Max 1 OG Obsidians. I didn't know this was like, I didn't know what like the OG meant. I didn't know this was a retro. I just loved the colorway. And I remember like to buy that pair, like I had to sell my brother's basketball net on, I don't know how I sold it. Like I think I put it on eBay or something, but like, oh no, I sold it to my boy at school. Yeah, he'll actually vouch for that, Bradley.
With or without permission?
He was at uni or something. So like, do you know what I mean? He's gone. He's out the picture. So like, I think I got like £60 from that, and then I just had enough money. Literally like, I was paying with pounds as well. Like
I respect
coins. My product journey kind of stemmed from footwear into more like trainers and sneakers. But then it was like going to Crep City when I was like in year 10, 2013. That was where like the floodgates of sneakers really came.
That really
when I was about 14, 15, like it went from me being really interested in trainers and like going to your office shoes or your Offsprings to like scouring eBay and like trying to find rare shoes and trying to find shoes before they sell out. That was the difference between after I went to like the Crep Cities and got on Instagram and got in the Facebook groups. That was where like the whole mentality shifted, and I became obsessed basically.
I like that, man. I like that. You name dropped a couple of kicks that are definitely nostalgic. Like nobody can lie. Nobody's gonna rewrite history. Respectfully, there was a lot of man rolling out in AstroTurfs. You get me? Some of them was wearing AstroTurfs with jeans.
Bro, that's UK, bro.
That was the
real
movie
like
that.
I'll be real, like, bro, you said like you can't rewrite history, bro. a lot of man are guilty.
Guilty.
In the UK especially, of like revisionist UK history, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're like talking about shoes they were buying when they were like 12,
some man
13, 14.
some man are like, oh, no, I was rocking Jordans from.
Nah, they weren't. They weren't.
Alright,
And all, yeah. And like, to be honest, like in some ways, I look at the UK scene now, and it's quite, for me, like based on when I was really active in the sneaker community or sneaker culture in like 2015, 16, 17, 18, I feel like the UK's lost what made itself UK, and now it's all blended into like one because of like social media, and also I feel like American sneakers right now are dominating. I feel like you can walk through London, especially like the actual people who identify as sneakerheads. It's all very American, which is calm, but I feel like we've sort of lost that London DNA, which I thought was amazing when I was coming up as a teenager.
No, you can definitely tell there's a difference, and I think some people. I'm a slightly older guy. I feel like because when we were growing up, like roll with me on this analogy. Like I said this to someone before. People in your ends and people in your village were the only people in the world.
Yeah.
Right, in reality,
Yeah.
right? As in, the strongest guy in your school was the strongest guy in the world, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we would tell stories about him, right? And you might go to another postcode and tell people about this guy. And you'd be like, that's the guy,
true.
bro.
That's true.
Right? Obviously, when you break down all those balls, social media makes everything an even playing field. And now, some man in Timbuktu knows exactly what's going on in Southeast.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there's no mystery anymore.
Yeah.
There's no mystery. There's no, it's not like we needed to jump through hoops, but there's no journey of discovery. It's all there,
and
fingertips.
but also, like, what's sad is, like, we've lost that local culture.
As well.
Like, well, not completely, because there's places, like, to be honest, my favourite subculture of sneakers to look into, like, my favourite case study right now has to be Liverpool. I feel like they've got such a strong and, like, they got such a strong direction when it comes to like sneakers that I feel like most of the UK has kind of lost.
I hear you, bro. I want to ask you a question that I'll ask all of my guests. It's something I think is really important, right? Have you ever dabbled in the dark arts?
What do you mean by the dark arts, bro?
You see them ones there, bro.
I have on the football pitch.
I respect that. I respect that.
We're winning
Italian man.
We're winning 1-0, bro. I'm in the corner, bro.
Someone's going
I'm in
down,
the corner.
But now I'm talking about unholy grails, yeah? Those kind of off-brand kicks.
Yeah.
Those shoes that like, you know what, you'd rather not, but sometimes needs must. You get me? Them kind of, I don't know, Sports Direct classics. The Everlast and the Lonsdales. Have you ever had to dabble? You get me? Walk these streets in a couple of Lonsdales or Slazenges.
I was rocking the Lonsdale, bro. Like I was rocking the Lonsdale with confidence in primary school, bro.
Bro.
But bro, like you know the Lonsdale I mean with the no laces.
Bro, yeah.
The 99 volleys.
Like
bro.
99.
The 99, bro. You hit that one right on the bruv. That's back of the net.
No laces, bro.
Yeah. That's the only dabbling that I've been doing.
No, I respect it, man.
Days.
We've been there, broski. We've been there. In my house. Like my mom was so focused on like this was the priority: God, education, food. Shoes weren't on the agenda. They weren't on the menu.
That's a similar hierarchy to my house.
Respectfully
but
so.
The education was probably lower than food. To be fair.
I mean, it's probably the same with my yard as well. So yeah, definitely weren't on the agenda, and you just had to sort of make happen or make do with what you could make do with.
To be honest, I have thought of one though. Like once my mum, she went to buy me some AstroTurfs without me, and she bought me some Umbros.
Umbro.
And back then I didn't respect Umbro like I do now.
Umbro, I didn't respect them. Heritage brand. I respect Umbro.
But back then they weren't really about their footwear though.
They definitely weren't a footwear.
I remember I was so burning that like I missed an opportunity to get some like Total 90s or something, that I wore some thick socks with them like every time I put them on to be like they're too tight. Like They're too tight. Like I need a bigger.
You try to finesse your mum.
And eventually it worked. That's what I had to do.
See, I'm saying dark arts, real
gotta-
dark arts.
you gotta
get
do
me?
that, man.
You gotta
You gotta do that,
dip
man.
in sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, man? We're gonna shift and we're gonna get into what I call the EST of KSC. EST of KSC is essentially we'll talk about your collection, right? It's a bit different in your scenario, like because you're actually a designer, you're out there, and you're making product. But we can talk a little bit. You get me? You probably got a couple pair of shoes upstairs. You get me? Like, so let's talk. Like,
Let's
you get
do
me?
it,
Like,
let's do
so
it.
when I say EST, I usually talk about the oldest, the newest, the rarest, the greatest, the best. You get me? So, what would you say is your oldest pair?
I think my oldest pair is like a pair of Air Max Turbulence
Wow.
that Magdi gave me.
Shout out to Magdi.
Archived it. Bro, you gotta get Magdi on.
Bro, yeah.
You
Bro,
gotta get Magdi on.
you get me? Now, Gateway, you get me?
Yeah, you gotta get.
I got the
you got
connect
that guy.
now.
You gotta get that guy. Pair I've had for the longest is definitely Supreme Air Force One Canvas. Don't know if you know this pair. It's from, I think it's from 2012. There was a pack of Air Force One Supreme. They were all canvas. There was a camo, a black pair, and a khaki green pair. All the gum sole. Bro, that was that was me and my boys, like collectively our grails.
Really?
When we go to like back then, that's what was so sick about sneakers. Like everyone had niche grails. It wasn't all the same shit.
True, bro.
And like we were like, bro, the stuff we liked back then, like, and still like to this day, is stuff that like I never hear about. But yeah, I've had those since like 2016, and they're still in like very good
Canvas
condition.
holding up. Thing about Air Force One, bro, you need a bum to go off to get them to go down, bro. You get me? Especially the ones that are not leather. It's canvas as well, like, so that's decent, bro. That's decent. That's a decent shoe. Alright, so let's flip that. What's the newest shoe you got in the rotation?
These Salomon Margiela
And just
clogs,
flip them
but I
off.
got the dye all over them, man. I'm gutted, bro.
You see.
Gutted.
See,
I
that's
swear,
part
like,
of the business, man.
that
Bro,
shoe-
you put that on eBay now. That's a clean $5.
yeah, true. Nah, but these I absolutely love these.
It's
like,
comfortable.
I just love being able to slip on, like, I love the whole slip on, like, I don't want to call it a trend because it's super functional, but yeah, these are like my favorite shoes, probably that I've got this year.
I like that.
I got these like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't taken them off since.
No, I like that, man. I have to be honest, man. I haven't dipped into the Salomon like vibe. I haven't got there yet. I know like Gork Core and Bloke Core was massive the last couple of years, man. I just haven't got there, but I do understand it from the outside looking in. You get me? I just been on my retro vibe for a long time, but you get me? You never know. Now might be the time. You get me? And I know you've done Solomon's.
Yeah, they were.
Like,
Yeah, they were like the first brand who really gave me like a tangible opportunity where I could actually work on a shoe, showcase it to the public, and actually sell pairs. And that was an amazing experience. And hopefully there'll be more stuff cooking.
we
with
like
them,
that.
Hopefully.
We like that. Let's get into the rarest kit that you've got. What would you say is the rarest shoe that you currently own? Something you don't see people wearing, but you got it.
All my own shoes.
Obviously.
all the CDG, all my stuff, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's funny because like it's funny to say that because like when I say it, it's weird to me because I can just like I can make whatever I want whenever I want, but like like pairs that I have made, like for example like the Top Boy 95s where there was only 30 made, and they went to like the members of the cast, members of the directors, executive producers, which included like Drake and LeBron. Like a pair of those sold for $8,000, bro. Like people people really see that as a collector's item. Then like, I've had pairs sell with Sotheby's. I've had so like if I'm being completely honest, bro, like my personal pairs that I've made myself would be the rarest pairs and would be the pairs that I could sell for the most. It's crazy, but it's true.
Bro,
But if we're
let the man flex, bro.
Bruv, not
Let
even,
him
bro.
breathe,
Not even,
brother.
bro.
No, bro. You work yourself into the spot, man. Do your thing,
Bruv,
bro. Cause now, bro, the streets respect it. The streets respect it, man. You made it happen, bro. And yeah, and now I'm not mad at that whatsoever, broski. So yeah, nah, it's a vibe. Yeah, the top, bro. We could even get into this, bro. Your top. You can tell me if you want to tell me, right? Top collaboration, right? The one that you were like I feel like this is it, or this is broken new ground. Like I feel like I'm entering into that God mode. Like I'm there now. You get me? Like, have you got there yet? Is there a shoe that brought you there? Is there a shoe that you're like, this is my piece de resistance?
Are we talking my work? Like
Your work.
What's the shoe or the piece that I've done that I felt like elevated? Okay, so this wasn't even a collaboration. This was simply just a work that I'd done. But I'd say it would have been the Air Max 95 Comme des Garçons. Like when I started producing those, that's when it shifted to like that's when my work started shifting from just doing like your sort of obvious all white canvases to touching pairs that were more like niche, especially at the time as well. Like it's easy to look back on my work and see stuff that is like kind of quite on trend now. But like, bro, in 2020, 2021,
Bro, you
like,
were setting it.
95s weren't really like, speaking truthfully, bro, like they weren't really like in the top kind of 5 shoes that people were wearing. It was Dunks, Jordan 1s, Air Force 1s, those kind of court shoes. And even when it came to Air Max, it probably wasn't even 95s. But yeah, like it was that shoe where it kind of changed and like kind of where my mindset shifted as well. And like a lot of my work comes from what I choose to touch. Like really and truly, like my whole kind of like philosophy is adding value. So like,
Wow.
And like, so if I'm going to add value to something, I want to make sure that it already has its own intrinsic value, or I want to make sure it has the highest intrinsic value as possible before I even touch it. And that shoe, for me, is like one of probably the best shoe that's come out in the last 6 or 7 years.
Come on.
For me personally, I'm not like objectively. But yeah, I'd say that was the shoe that really like took me to new heights.
Yeah, I love that shoe, man. The stuff that you've done on CDG in general, all of the 95s, the Sunders crazy as well.
Yeah.
Sunders are absolutely
go hard.
mind blowing. Like, yeah, the Sunders crazy, especially the Sunders having a little bit more of a moment now.
Yeah.
It sort of getting retroed a bit more, and people are sort of
I
recognizing.
wonder if we'll see like a Dusk inspired one.
Do you know
We
what?
probably will. Like it makes sense if they did do that, to be fair.
Do you know what? Yeah, I got a feeling that might be a thing. But yeah, definitely CDG and Lorenz.OG definitely have that synergy, and it's definitely been working.
For sure.
That shoe as well was sick because of the fact that it's kind of unfinished.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that sort of like textural nature to it.
Exactly.
And thinking about what you do and how you sort of manipulate color, but fabric as well, like, and how it travels through that fabric as well, like it just made so much sense.
And that's another thing. Like when it comes to my work, that pair was what made me realize, like, obviously, like I focus on color, but a huge focus in my work is materials, because materials have a relationship with color when it comes to dye. And that shoe was the perfect example of a shoe that I can really maximize the value, because like it's got so many elements on it. It's got your foam midsole that doesn't take dye too well, but then it's got suede that will dye. It's got that spongy sort of foam that really dye saturated, and then it's got your sort of like neoprene sort of like sock liner that also dyes really well. So then you end up with something that is like different saturations of color, and then when you combine that with gradient, it's like you can't. It's the type of thing that like I don't think can really be manufactured easily, and so that was why I feel that shoe did have such an impact, because when people saw it, it's like you're seeing something that us as sneakerheads have never seen before, which is quite rare, bro. Because like really and truly, like everything's been done or everything's been remixed, but whereas this is something familiar, but it's a whole new. It's a whole new like way of remixing footwear that hasn't been done before.
No, I'm vibe with that. I absolutely vibe with that. I kind of feel like you've answered the greatest pair. I feel like we're there.
The greatest pair that I own.
Yeah. I feel like we're there.
I want to ask you though, what's the rarest pair you have?
See, this is what people are doing.
What's the rarest pair you have?
Is it because I'm sitting on your couch, broski? You can't ask me questions. What's the rarest pair that I own? I haven't got anything mad, right? Because my...
But what about those?
What?
You forgot about those though?
What are those?
We'll come back to that.
That's
that
nuts.
was mad, right?
That's nuts. I wanted to ask you because you kind of touched on some interesting things there, some more technical elements, and obviously understanding shoes and understanding the various different materials and things that go into these crepes, and understanding your process, right, of utilizing an established silhouette and then putting it through your process, right? Have there been certain shoes that you've attempted to put through that process that I just like said, nah, G, we can't do it?
Yeah, I mean, so many, like, more often than not, like if I'm working on a shoe or material that I've never used before, I might have an idea in mind, and when I try it, it might not die as I intended, and like parts of the shoe might not die at all, but then something else that I couldn't have even thought works really well, and then like the end result is better than I could have expected. So that happens a lot.
So do you have an example of that?
Bro, literally most of my work, bro. But now I'd say a good example of that, to be honest, would be, let me think, probably like an off-white shoe, because it's got like an off-white 90. It's again like the CDG, many different materials. It's also got materials you don't normally see on shoes. So like when I dyed pairs of those, I'd never touched like the synthetic sort of taped seam meshes before, and like those materials dye crazy. And then those, like, you know, the swoosh on the 90, it's got that like shiny,
it's got like a gloss on it.
It's got a glossy, shiny swoosh that again dyed crazy. So like I couldn't have planned to like do it the way I did, but the way it looked in its result was amazing. A pair that just didn't work at all was the CDG foam posits, and like I bought them twice, bro. So like I got them, bro, £385.
Jeez.
Like that was the to be honest, that's one of the only that's one of the only shoes I'd say that's actually defeated me, where I've got it, I've had an amazing idea to work on it, I've tried it, didn't really work, kept on trying, like kept on like getting more and more like risky with the methods I'm doing, and then eventually just looked at the shoe and like, this is ruined. Like, but then I was thinking, all right, but if I just had one more try, I'd do, because a lot of the time that's what happens as well. I'll do a pair and I'll think this looks sick, but I need to get another pair now because I just need one more go and I can make it flawless. I've done that many times. So I got another pair, and again, same thing happened, and then I gave up. So that's the only pair that's really like defeated me. But I can't lie, I know if I got them right now, if I got them now,
you got something.
I'd do something.
You got something.
So yeah, if anyone has those, I'd actually be down to do them still.
Bro, you heard it. The challenge is down, bro. Man wants to do something different. You get me? I wanted to talk to you about about something that happened to me in January, right? So I got word, that somebody was dropping a shoe, somebody that ain't dropped a shoe officially, and they were doing 100 super limited, Dusk and Volcano, mad names, right? You get me, like, but super limited. They were dashing chocolate bars out and all sorts, right? You get me? So I'm thinking, I'm a grown man. Let me rock up. You get me? Try to get a pair of these kicks, man, because I saw the renders, I saw the images, and they looked crazy. I get there, bro.
What time did you get there?
I got there early. Like maybe between 7 and 8.
Oh.
Nah, bro. I respect the game,
early.
bro. I respect the game. Right. Plus, I'm outside, bro. I was meant to take my daughter swimming, but I was like, let me go. No. I was meant to take my daughter swimming. I said, I swapped with the missus for that day. Let me come out and let me come out and sample this culture. The streets will never forget, bro.
Bro,
With respect,
it's crazy.
the streets will
But you
never
know what?
forget.
Low key, yeah. Like, I actually think like people have low key forgotten a bit, like or not forgotten, but like that day, only people who were there in London really know how crazy that day was,
Bro.
Because that was something that really took me back to like 2016, 2017, like, or even before that, like people camping out, bro. There were boys from Liverpool. On the Friday, we did like a little party introduction to the shoe, like invite type thing, and there were boys from Liverpool just out there waiting, bro. They were there all night, like it was crazy, bro. Like when I walked past them when I was going home, I was like, boys, like come back tomorrow, like you don't need to wait now, like just get some sleep, like. And I made sure that they got a pair as well.
I love that,
like,
bro.
I had people coming from Denmark. I had a guy message me, like, show me his, bro, he sent me his plane ticket, like, show me, came with his girl from Denmark. A guy came from, like, somewhere in France, like, somewhere far in France. He had to drive down and get the, he drove to Paris and got the Eurostar.
Yeah.
So, like, people were coming from all over, bro. And, like, those people, I made sure they got pairs.
I respect it.
It's funny because, like, obviously after you do a release like that, obviously the people who copped are really happy, and then a lot of the people, I'd say 90% of the people were just happy to have been there, seen it, lived it.
The energy was positive.
But then obviously certain people were like fuming that they didn't get a pair, and like it's funny, you see comments after like, can't believe there was all this backdooring and all this, and they're sort of referring to like the people who I made sure got pairs, but like. The way I see it, like, it's like, well, I don't. I
Factually, that's literally not backdooring, by the way. I mean, if you're saying that's backdooring, you don't understand
Do you know
what
what
backdooring is.
To be fair, like, because obviously it's frustrating if you've gone through all the madness running around and like trying to get it and you don't get it, and then you see someone didn't do that.
You're just lashing out, right?
But like sometimes, like, bro, when it comes to life, bro, like certain things you can't make 100% fair. And like the way I saw it, if people were really like coming from all that way and they left without a pair, like I would have felt more bad for them.
I understand.
So,
I understand.
But yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like doing a drop like that and just living it, bro. Like seeing how many people are like, bro, grown men desperate to get pairs, bro.
Unbelievable scenes, bro. Unbelievable scenes.
Crazy.
Like, I'll tell you from my perspective why that day was so amazing for me. I'd already made the decision that like 2024, like I'm really gonna push the podcast as far as I can go. But I will also acknowledge the fact that having not been in the culture or the scene, I should say, for too long, not really having the network, I really felt it important to go to things like this to really sort of just see with my own eyes, but also connect with people. That day, I literally like made so many connections. Like Jeff and Foles from Jason Mark, Bradley from Foot Patrol, like Malcolm Darko, Chris Foster.
Yeah, come on.
Chris Foster, man. It's absolute legend of the game. I'm getting them on as well. Chris Foster, like all of these man, right, I met that day. You get me? Shout out to Scott from Doubled Up as well. He was there as well. Yeah, there's so many guys. You get me? John Francis from Soul Supply was there. Right, I just done a pod with him as well. Like he linked me up with a few people. Like it was just, the vibe was so live. It was such a cool experience, and I just knew, okay, this is where I was meant to be. Right. Interesting fact. Right, I get there super early. We go to the gallery. Because everyone's just going various places. Like, you did all that thing. You got people fly left and right. Go to the gallery, right? I'm outside. I hear one dude that's like sort of in and about the spot. Like, I think he was an official dude. He seemed like he had a camera or something. He was like, somebody asked him, oh, where's Lorenzo? And he was like, oh, I think Lorenzo's in a church around the corner. I heard him say that and I was like, church around the corner? Alright, first. You get me? Because I'm thinking maybe they're using the church as part of the thing.
Nah,
right?
bro. So
oh, let me land. Yeah, there's another thing, right? I look inside, and then I'm seeing my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ just in the middle of the piece, with the whole color gradient just coming off of him, and I'm like, sorry, bro, what's actually happening here, bro? So explain to me what actually was guarded that day and what those pieces mean.
So the church thing, bro, that was true. I went in. So I often, whenever I'm in Soho, I always go to St. Patrick's Church in Soho. It's literally, bro, it was next to the Greek Street exhibition.
Yes, yeah.
So I went in there before just to obviously like pray everything goes smoothly. Thank God, like, we're here. Like, it was a lot of work, a lot of stress, like literally, like, to get to that moment. So I wanted to make sure I lived the day right and offered it up to God, and give it all to him and make sure I'm in the right frame of mind. So yeah, that was true. I was in there probably only for like 10 minutes, and then yeah, the image of Jesus in the exhibition, that image is called the Divine Mercy, and I wanted to have, to be honest, like, I didn't plan to do that like in advance, but when we started designing this whole space, I thought I need to make sure the space is, I just needed to make the space right and yeah, give the whole thing back to God.
I love it.
And so yeah, there wasn't too much thought behind it. It just felt like an obvious thing to do.
I love it.
And it also fit really well in the space. And I'm really happy I did do that. I always will try within my, and if you look at my work, bro, like, in my all the inspiration I take in my work is based on creation. It's based on God's design. It's not based on my own. I haven't created anything. I haven't like brought something out of nothing. So like, it would be wrong of me to like view my work and think I'm so sick. I've created all this. Like, this is like, that's just not the case. So like, I always will try and make sure, like, throughout my work as it develops, that there's a link and there's a clear homage back to the original creator. So
I love that, man. I love that. And I love that you're able to like be free in that. And I feel like that inspires others as well. It certainly inspired me. Obviously not knowing you, because I can talk a little bit about this, obviously, because we're sitting down. I remember the reason why I reached out to you was because I was on another podcast, or I think I was either on a podcast or I'd interviewed somebody from a podcast, and they'd mentioned your name, right? This is a couple of years ago. They mentioned your name and they mentioned your work, and then I started doing a little bit of digging into it. But the way that he spoke about you was with such glowing terms. I think it was the Doubled Up guys.
Yeah,
I think it was the Doubled Up guys.
I got mad love for those guys.
Shout out to Matt and Scott from Doubled Up, man. They're my guys as well.
They're proper good guys.
Like, they mentioned you a couple of times, and the energy was so positive. right? And I'm one of those guys that I pick up on those sorts of things because I like to surround myself. I like to be around positive types of people, like people of like minds. You get me? Just so that we can just like continue to big ourselves up and to continue to do great things. So I think the first thing I sent to you when I messaged you, right, was that like you don't know me, I don't know you, but I know people that know you, and I just want you to know, right, that people are talking about you in these terms, and it's making me feel like, you know what, you're a really cool guy and the type of person that I would like to understand a bit more about, but get to know if possible. You get me? Like, and I came at you in that kind of vein. And bro, you could look at that DM and you could say, bro, I don't know you. And there's a lot of people reaching out to me. I can imagine your DMs are mad, right? But I couldn't even say how quickly you got back to me. It was quicker than I expected. You get me? And you were like, I appreciate you, bro. And I was like, brother, yeah, no, this guy. And this is the thing that makes me feel so invested in what you're doing. And this is something that not a lot of people realize is we're selling garments, we're selling kicks. These are inanimate objects. But what you're really buying, right, is you're buying into the person.
Of course, man.
You get me? And there's enough bad man out there, bro.
Nah, bro. What you're saying is like it's really humbling. It's really nice to hear. Obviously, I think what it is like very cliche sort of saying, but like real people like recognize real people, and like being around real people means you don't. When you're around someone who's just themselves and they're confident within themselves and they're not putting on any masks or there's no agendas, you can have a free flowing conversation. And bro, plenty of people hit me up all the time, and I'll be real, like a lot of people, the first thing they might introduce themselves and the first thing they want to talk about is oh, I want you to do this, or can you do this, or it's like the first interaction is like a transaction. And like they might say like, hi, how are you? But like you can tell it's about to follow with like, I want something from you. Or like a lot of people might even meet me a couple of times and then they might try and sort of like, because we've had a nice conversation, we've met each other, and they might straight away want to sort of like, how can we work together or something? Or how can, and like oftentimes like I'm quite a reserved guy. That sort of like transactional relationship can sort of like put me off, because I feel like there's a bit of it's not like it's not an honest interaction. Whereas a lot of the people you just mentioned, yourself included, like it's just two human beings connecting, and there's no like exterior motives. We're doing this because obviously I connected with you, I started following you, I started watching your stuff, I enjoyed it, like I got to know you as a person, and then it's like I'm watching your stuff thinking like one day I want to get on the podcast as well, like I want to show love in that way. So like yeah, I think that's like it's lovely to hear like what people say. I think the way I try and go about life is to just surround myself with like-minded people and kind of, it's not even just the mind, it's like it's everything, bro. Like,
Hi there. So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is PROZECH on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm enjoying TikTok at the moment, so feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles.
Now we're trying some stuff out.
Yeah.
We're trying some stuff out. How do you get from, let's dye a few pieces for me and my boys, to, oh, now we're in a space where we're designing a language through color and gradient.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive jump. How do you get from one to the other?
Yeah, so just honestly, like, just, bro, the power of having minimal pressure and time really served me well. Like, we're in lockdown now. I've got time. There's no pressure, like, no one's on my back to, like, kind of, I need to get another job now, because, like, you can't get jobs. Like,
No.
So I had all this time, I had no pressure, I was free from the industry. I finally felt like myself again. I felt like I've finally been let out of this box that I've had to be confined in. And I just had so much motivation to be creative. And that kind of helped cause a chain of events where, like, I wanted to just try. I didn't care if it looked bad. I didn't care if I failed. That's the key, I'd say. Like, for any creative, just try it. Even if it doesn't go as you had, like, even if it doesn't go to the plan you had in your head, sometimes how it looks could be even better. And that's exactly what happened. So I started dyeing shoes, started just buying Air Forces. The discount still worked, so I was getting Air Forces for like £30. Like, so I'd buy quite a few, and I was just making them for myself, bro. And then first couple pairs went really badly. I didn't know what dyes to buy, so I was just buying like loads of different brands, testing different methods and like techniques and stuff. And like eventually, like, every time I made a mistake, I'd think, like, next time I'm just gonna do this a different way, I'm gonna use this dye. And then eventually, bro, I only took like 2 pairs, and I was holding a shoe in my hand thinking, like, I've never seen anything like this before. Like, I've never, and like, I was confident in my taste, firstly, and I also, like, I was like a sneaker encyclopedia. So, like, when I was looking at something and thinking, I've never seen this before, I knew, like, I just want to keep on doing this just for myself, bro. It wasn't even about posting on Instagram. And then, like, when I did post on Instagram, obviously, because it was something people hadn't seen before, people just wanted more, and, like, it was getting seen on, and it was getting reposted very quickly. And obviously, like, anyone who's experienced, like, quick kind of, like, Instagram growth knows, like, it's addictive. You want to keep on doing that, and that's what I did. And then eventually, like, certain celebrities wanted pairs, and then dealing with that excitement as well. This guy wants a pair of my shoes. I'm doing Drake 4 pairs of shoes. Like, I've got to make sure these are hard. Like, this could change my life now. So I'm thinking like that. And so I'm like, all right, I need to think this through. I need to be tactical in how I portray everything. I need to think long term, because I just come from the industry. I'm not coming from the industry to try and be a customizer. I'm looking at it from, all right, I've established this aesthetic kind of accidentally through trial and error. Like, I've made an aesthetic that is mine. Like, people, when they see me post on Instagram, before they even see that it's Lorenz.OG, they know it's mine. No one's done this before. Like, and everyone was like, it was amazing, to be honest. Like, all of the, like, OGs, you got like Ari Menthol, like, soon Virgil started showing love, Yachty, well, maybe not OGs, but like people really like who know kicks in the industry were like showing me mad love. And then people at brands, like, I see them all the time, people at brands, and they have like the brand in their bio, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have been the same if I still worked for Nike, to be fair. But like, all of those guys started following me, and I'm thinking, like, I'm getting gassed up by these people, like these brands following me on their personal accounts. And obviously 9 months later, you start seeing the gradients.
Yeah, that's
all
what
do you know what I mean?
It's
funny though.
The gel guys started gelling.
But they and the funny thing is, they knew me from before I even posted. So like, They had the first access of my
Bro,
first work.
and the thing
But yeah,
is,
it's funny.
they missed the spot, man. But yeah, them things came back around because
Yeah.
I've even sent you a couple of bits that I've seen from other
Ah,
brands,
bro,
and it's like it happens,
there's bare
bro.
stuff, man.
It happens,
There's bare
man.
stuff.
But yeah, so you obviously mentioned the fact that certain celebrities started getting involved, you started getting a bit more notoriety, and now you're in a position where, like you kind of mentioned earlier, someone like a Virgil, who's at the peak of his powers, is essentially mentoring you. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Virgil that came out with the phrase, or with the moniker, patented color schemes.
Yeah.
Right. When you were talking to Virgil and you were sort of explaining your thoughts and your process to him, and he came back to you with that, how did that feel, man?
Bro, it's funny. That was literally like, imagine, you know when you're both online, like you're DMing someone, you're both online, like it's back and forth, yeah. So we're just chatting. And then I sent, because I think I wanted to show him a pair that I'd done, because it was an off-white pair. So I was excited to show him. I sent him it. I think it was the off-white 5.
The one
it was the off-white 5.
The one that
it was
got?
both of them. It was that one, the
Yeah.
dusk. There's also a raisin colorway. Sent him that. And he didn't even say like crazy. He literally just said patented color schemes, because it was like a few next to each other. And bro, straight away I copied it and I put it in my notes. And I was just looking at the text thinking like, what he said just perfectly summed up what it is that I'm doing in such few words. And yeah, so like, bro, so straight away I started using that. Like literally the next day I probably put that in my bio. That kind of became like the sort of way of categorizing my work, because that's one thing that I've never really categorized my work myself. I've never really categorized myself either as like, what am I like? Because I'm not a traditional designer. I'm not even a traditional color designer. I'm definitely not a customizer. So like,
Let's have that right.
So like, I obviously customize footwear. I obviously remix footwear, but like, it's in the same way. Like, I don't want to gas myself up by using like an analogy that's too far, but like, when people would look at Kanye and say like, just call him a producer, when he was doing all this other stuff, when he said that, and it was a great way of sort of like encapsulating what my work kind of is, in the fact that it's recognizable color schemes, that, and patented in not a literal way, patented in the way that when you see one of my color schemes, you know it's Lorenz.OG, even if you see it at another brand.
100%.
You know it was inspired by Lorenz.OG. And like, obviously, I have plenty of devil's advocates. I know that I did not invent color. I know that I did not invent gradient. I know that I'm taking inspiration from all of my work. I'm taking inspiration from natural creation, sunsets, volcano. Do you know? Like, I put it in the name for a reason. Do you know what I mean? In some ways, early on, the trend of one, dyeing footwear, and two, gradient, actually transcended what I even was. Like, gradient and dyeing footwear became its own trend that was bigger than me. People became huge from dyeing footwear and posting it on TikTok, which I've never done. I've never posted these process videos. And the main reason behind that is because I think the beauty in anything lies when there's like a certain mystery behind it, a certain veil behind it.
Right.
Like, this, again, so many analogies I could say, but like, footballers in the 90s, bro. When you think about those footballers, bro, and like, they just had a different aura about them.
Mystique.
Because you only saw them on the pitch.
That's it, man.
And like, it was so rare. Whereas now, you look at the footballers of today.
Oh, they're doing TikTok
bro, they're
dances,
posting their
broski.
whole lives on TikTok and stuff. And you just see,
you
see the real you see too much that it loses its like, it loses what makes it special. And like, obviously you can get a lot of followers, you can get a lot of clout, you can get a lot of engagement by doing that, but I've always chosen not to. I've never, gaining followers has never been a focus of mine. It's always about creating, developing, and like chiseling away at like this hard to define thing that is Lorenz.OG. So, and like creating any brand takes a lot of time. It takes, like if you think of any culture, even the word culture, what it actually is, like culture develops, it needs time to develop. So like same with a brand, like you can't just create a brand and put it on a t-shirt and expect to sell it. No. You've got to create everything around it first. No, that's why I take my time.
You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. For those of you that were listening and watching, a lot of gems in there, a lot of deeper insight as well. We're working our way to the end of the convo. Thank you so much for your time once again, bro.
It's been good.
It's been awesome,
bro.
Good. So what we're gonna do now, man, we're gonna do one of my favorite questions. It's called Desert Island Kicks. Now let me paint a picture for you. You're stowed away on a desert island. You're stuck on a desert island. You don't know how you got there, but you got 2 pairs of kicks with you, right? Any 2 pairs of kicks in the world. What 2 pairs of kicks you gonna have with you and why?
First and foremost, I'm gonna have the Vibram 5 Fingers as my number one.
That's a good
go-to.
For real?
Bruh, I love that shoe.
Right.
I wear that in the gym. I wear that running. Sometimes I'll just keep them on. Like there's something nice about being able to like walk around and have that barefoot feeling.
Yeah, no, I
but
get
like
you.
if I was on a desert island, they'd be like the most functional shoes, because like you could climb on shit, go in the water, they're dry, like they'd be sick to have.
Yeah, no, I can feel that. I definitely think that vibes.
They'd probably be the most functional pair
in the desert. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'll probably bring like something crazy, like probably like a LV. I'm working on the LV Air Force Ones, the white pair, the white on white. Spirit, I was waiting. They were meant to come today. That's what I was waiting.
That's what you were waiting for.
Yeah, but I'll probably have those. Firstly, to just remind myself who I am, so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, secondly, like if I did like find a way off the island and like I'm stuck in some random place, I can try and like trade them for like food.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
A lot of food.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
Yeah.
Probably
or
some shelter.
A flight back home.
Yeah, definitely a flight as well.
Gotta think tactically, man.
No, that's definitely
I'm not trying to die on the desert island.
No one's trying to die on no desert island, man. There's always a way out, man. There's always a way out. No, I definitely vibe with your answer, man. I on both fronts, because you need that tactical functional element, and the 5 fingers would definitely get you there. But like having a real like a shoe that can get you some real cash.
Yeah.
You get me, like to set that life back up
and
again.
And a shoe that I can look at and just get some motivation. Do you know what I mean?
Keep you motivated.
So I don't
because you're gonna need some getting off the island. You're gonna need some. You get me? So, quick fires now. Quick one. You get me? Let's run through these, man. While the laptop's still running. And we'll go, yeah. And if there's any of these that you answer in a weird way, we might come back to it.
Cool.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. First up, Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
New Balance or Adidas?
New Balance.
Is it Nike or Nike?
Both.
I have respect for you, right? Can you wear Nike and Adidas together, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. You can do anything, bro.
Okay. Alright, no worries. What was the last sneaker you won on the sneakers app?
Can't remember the last time I bought a shoe on the sneakers app, bro. It's probably been like 5 years. The only shoe I can remember like actually winning, like Wotherspoons.
You won that on the sneakers app?
I won them, bro.
I
won them, bro.
Bro, quick question.
But they're too big because the sizing was messed up.
I saw you did a color fade, a color gradient on a Witherspoon.
Yeah, I've done 3 pairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one that you won, or was it the one that you won?
Nah.
Yeah.
Years later. Years later.
Okay, I was always wanting to ask you that. Do you have a Jordan number? If so, what is it?
One of my favorite pair of Jordans. Right now, Jordan 4s.
Alright.
I don't wear Jordans though.
Yeah.
I came in the game wearing Jordans. Like when
Yeah.
I was like, when I first got into sneakers, it was Jordan 11s, bro. That was all I cared
love
about.
Jordan
Then I
11s.
realized who I was. I looked in the mirror. I was like, don't think I can really pull off Jordans.
I respect it. I respect it. Self-awareness is
Yeah,
important.
it's very key
it's very
at this
important.
age.
Yeah, at this
Bro,
age.
I can't be 25-year-old looking like how I look wearing flipping Jordan 11s, bro.
Oh, man.
Let alone Jordan 4s, bro.
You're breaking some hearts right
Yeah,
now.
but come on, bro. People need to be honest with themselves.
You gotta
bro.
be. You
We
gotta
didn't
be.
grow up. We didn't grow up in New York playing basketball, bro.
At all,
Like,
bro.
I play football.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'd actually. There's more chance seeing me wearing AstroTurf jeans than wearing like.
Do you know
To be
what?
fair, I would wear off-white Jordan 4s. I can't lie. I
Yeah.
would wear those, but
Yeah, especially you've done some crazy ones. YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok.
YouTube. To be fair,
Like that. Sneakers, kicks, or crepes.
crepes,
Spotify or Apple.
Spotify,
Your favorite collaborator.
Virgil,
Yeah. Yeah. Vans or Converse.
neither.
You got to pick one. No dilly dallies.
I'll say Vans because I did actually used to flex those back in school.
Yeah. Laces or slip-ons.
Ooh, what are these, bro?
Yeah, do you know what? That's a mix,
That's
bro.
both, bro.
That's the literal mix.
That's both.
Is that a dilly dally or are we allowing
Nah,
that?
I'll go laces in general.
Yeah, respectfully. Custom design or factory settings?
Factory settings, dude. Bro, customs is shit. Customs are dead, bro. Nah, real talk, bro. Real talk. I'm being serious. Like, I don't like customs, bro.
I hear that, man.
If it devalues the shoe,
Yeah,
that's the key.
that's the key.
Is it devaluing the shoe or is it adding value to the shoe?
And the key has to be added value.
Yeah, if someone's added value to a shoe, then I don't really see that as like how we traditionally say
Traditional
custom.
Yeah, that's fair. We might touch on that a little bit more. Retro or innovation?
That's kind of a trick question. Cause like, in general, retro.
Socks or barefoot?
With sneakers,
In life.
barefoot, man.
I vibe with it.
Because shoes, like modern shoes, even socks, they're actually ruining everyone's feet. Like they're making everyone's feet unable to function properly, and then everyone's getting older, and all their feet have problems, their knees, their back, their neck, their posture.
So
like
connected.
you gotta fix your feet first because your feet are the main thing.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the elephant in the room in the sneakers industry, is that sneakers are actually ruining people's whole bodies because it's more than just the feet.
We might have to clip that up, bro.
Yeah,
Change the
yeah.
world.
To be fair, I'll probably get cancelled by the sneaker industry, bro.
Bro, because my thing is, my feet are terrible, but when I walk around the house with my feet out, I feel amazing.
Bro, it's natural, bro.
I feel amazing.
Bro, if
feel
I go
amazing.
missing, just know, like,
Bro, they got him, bro. Ain't getting nobody, bro. We're out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He rides deep. All right. Comfort or style?
comfort,
Fresh and clean or beaten and battered?
fresh and clean,
Washing machine or hand wash your kicks?
hand wash.
Makes sense.
Jeffrey,
Yeah. Shout out
Follow.
to Jeffrey. Jason Mark, man.
Yeah,
shout out
shout
to
out.
them, man. There, you get me. Lows, mids or highs?
lows,
Last one. Triple blacks or white and whites?
white and white.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. This has been absolutely amazing. Last questions. We talk about the word sneakerhead. We use it to describe the culture, describe the people within the culture. What does it actually mean to you when people say sneakerhead? What does it actually mean?
To me, it means a person who has a like unusual obsession with sports footwear. So it's not just shoes, specifically the category of like trainers, like, but yeah, it's an unusual obsession. It's not just someone who is wearing a pair of sneakers or someone who's wearing a pair of like sneakerhead shoes. It's someone who's actually like very invested. It's like it's a strange obsession or a strange passion that like they take too far, bro. They spend too much money, too much time, too many emotions involved when they
So
don't get
many
them.
emotions.
That's what a sneakerhead is.
Okay, with all of that being said, Lorenz.OG, are you a sneakerhead?
Yeah, I am. To be fair, like, definitely maturing with age. I'm realizing like I don't need to have. It's not even that I don't need to have. I actually don't want to have loads and loads of shoes, bro. Like bro, my whole room is filled with shoes, and like, there's something about having loads of possessions that can weigh you down. When I was younger, all I wanted, bro, is that wall of shoes that you
Absolutely.
you'd kind of see online, like people would have a full wall of sneakers. Now people take it too far, bro, and
Bro.
they have a whole room of it's like
They've got rooms,
they
they've
have a
got
whole room,
houses.
and it's like I've got to that age where I'm just like, it's not that cool. I can't lie. Like, it's
We
not.
need to
I'll be,
consolidate, man.
bro. I'll be real. Like, it's not that cool to like have hundreds of shoes, bro. It's like, but obviously I'm still a sneakerhead. I love product. I justify my having loads of shoes, like, by saying it's for my work. Deep down, I'm guilty as anyone.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, I think I have realized over time that like these things, they're nice, but it's the same as like when you're hungry and you have some food, bro. How good does it feel?
Amazing.
And then how does it feel when you keep on having more and more and more and more?
See,
Eventually you get to a point, bro, where it doesn't feel quite as good, bro. It's the same, like, unfortunately, like, I'm sure we've all got to this point where like we'll get a new pair now and we're gassed we have it, but then like 5 minutes later that feeling's gone. Whereas when you were a kid, bro, that feeling lasted for
Mate,
months,
that
bro.
thing,
So
that's
like,
gonna carry you for a good 6 months.
bro, like,
Certain shoes carried me for 6 months.
I'm not one of those sneakerheads who brags about having loads of shoes or who brags about wearing a shoe a couple times and then it's dead. Like, I personally, I'm not proud of the fact that I've got loads of shoes. Like, obviously I do now, but I think you don't have to have loads of kicks to be a sneakerhead. It's the interest, it's the passion, it's that kind of that love of product.
My thing is, and this is something that I've said for a long time in terms of Kicks Chronicles, is when it comes to sneakers and kicks in general, for me, it's about connections and not collections. It's not the amount that you have, but how connected you are to the product.
Yeah.
This whole thing, Kicks Chronicles, sharing people's stories when it comes to their love for shoes, is about that true passion that we had. That's why I always ask about when you were a child, when you were young.
Nah, it's true.
It's about that, right?
It's true.
And that's the reason why, like, I always ask people about that whole sneakerhead thing, because some people have these notions and these criteria that certain people have to be this or that or whatever. And I feel, quite simply, it's just about your passion for the shoes. That being said, I ain't here to legislate for no man. You get me? That's just how I feel. I feel like if we lower the barriers and we take away all of the criteria, it means that the actual industry has length and breadth to grow and breathe. You get me? Especially in times where things are down, if you want to say down, you get me? It's people feeling that they're part of something that helps it go.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like, really and truly, like, sneakers and the whole kind of subculture and community around sneakers is that communicating. It's wearing something and choosing to sort of like express yourself in your footwear choices to communicate who you are, your like because when you see someone with a certain pair, you immediately
know.
you look at them and you know, and they look at you and they'll see what you got, and there's this unspoken communication. And I think that's that feeling that people enjoy.
I love
it's
that.
that's what builds that kind of connection with people, and that's really like that feeling of having a pair of shoes that is rare. That's why rarity in shoes is such a thing, because that really gets people's attention, or it really creates like a mystery. That's my goal when I'm creating samples, when I'm creating remix versions of shoes. I want to have a pair on my feet, or I want the people who buy my work to have a pair that people look at and they look at again and again, and they're like, what is that? Or like, they're like, is that really a pair? Like, there's only 5 of those in the world and you've got them. Like, I want to create that for people, because that's the feeling that I was chasing when I started doing this, because I started to feel like sneakers have lost that. They lost that novelty when anyone can just go on StockX and buy a pair for any grail they can just have in 2 seconds. You lose that beauty of like the whole sort of like kind of, don't know how to sum it up, but you lose that mystery, that the hunt, the sort of
the mystique.
Yeah, and then when you lose that, you lose the communication, because you walk into, I don't know, you go Oxford Street, you'll see 100 man with Travis Scott's, Off-Whites, all this, but nowadays it's not the same communication, because it's too accessible.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, man. I completely agree. With that being said, though, I do have to give you something. It's the highest honour that I have available to me.
Nah.
You get me? Like, it's the highest honour that I have available to me. What I will give you right now, you get me, on my 100th episode, on our 100th episode. Shout out to everyone that's been riding with Kicks Chronicles from episode 1 to now episode 100, is Lorenz.OG. You are 100% Kicks Chronicles certified sneakerhead. You get me? Highest honour available in the land.
My G. I might put that in my bio, man.
Yeah, no.
I might have to.
Stick that straight in under painted colour schemes. Straight up and down. You got Virgil. You got Big Pro.
Come on, man.
No. Absolutely legend of this game. Absolutely couldn't tell you how much of an honour and a pleasure it is to be here, to be able to chat to you like this, man.
Likewise.
It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. 4 or 5 million people are going to watch this, listen to this, right? So I want you to this is a great opportunity for you, right? It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for you to let them know sort of what you've got going on. If you want to tell them about something, you can tell them about something. You get me, man? And yeah, we can sign out after that.
Yeah, got a lot coming. Was meant to have a release towards the end of this year, similar to what we saw in January. Different brand this time, different collaboration, more pairs available. But everything's getting pushed back, so it might be early next year. But hopefully, end of this year, it's gonna be. If you think January was crazy, I'm telling you, it's gonna be double as crazy.
And this time, I'm coming out with a
bro, my man's gonna have the pair on feet on the release day. I want people salty when they see. I want people salty when they see you.
There's gonna be so much.
The
game has changed so much right now.
It's and then I got a few collaborations locked in for next year.
Amazing.
Apparel based, actually.
Come on, man.
So that's gonna be refreshing, man. Because sneakers is one thing, but getting into the world of apparel is going to be really cool, and some football inspired stuff as well. Taking it back,
bro.
Taking it back.
He's rocking the Lazio today. You get me? Lazio's his team.
Come on.
My wife's Italian, so I have to follow her team.
Who does she support?
AC Milan. You get me? Milan. You get me? Forza Milan. But with respect, I'm super happy to be here and to be able to pull this off And yeah, I give glory to God, man, because 100 is good, but I told you earlier, man, the way I look at it, 100 is like, now we're just getting started. Now we're just
real,
getting
man.
started, you get me? The game's about to change, and yeah, I'm glad we're in a position to be able to document people's stories, because that's what I think is most important, giving people the opportunity to be able to share their stories, you get me, man? Keep it locked in. PROZECH on all platforms, you get me. Obviously, make sure to go check out Lorenz.OG on Instagram mainly, right?
Just Instagram.
Just on Instagram, yeah. Make sure to go check out Lorenz.OG, you get me. Yeah, I got a giveaway coming for you, man, as well. Yeah, make sure to go get involved and get yourself a nice little something for a lot of us, including me, that missed out on a certain pair, you get me. So that's coming, and yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to do or say?
Bro, I wanna give you that pair, bro. I wanna give you your
So
one of one, G.
Is there? So that box that's over there, there's something in there.
They're freshly done, bro. Literally yesterday.
Bro, so like,
Freshly done, bro.
Might as well go and have a little look. You get me, like, you get me.
But wait, like this right here. This is like a prototype of what the Volcano that released should have been. And if there is a re-release one day, a remastering of the Dusk and Volcano, well, this right here is a Volcano. This is how it will likely look like. So what you've got now, it's a mad pair. So yeah, if people want to offer and try and buy them off him, at minimum 10k.
Minimum
10k. Easy.
Peter, take my phone.
Easy.
Take my phone. This is a madness. It's a madness. It's a madness. What am I seeing? What am I looking at, bro? I need to take this all in. Sample, hand
See
dyed.
the stamp, man.
Broski.
You see it.
Sample, hand dyed by Lorenz.OG. You get me? The original OG, not for resale.
It says not for resale, but
we know the game,
can
bro.
do
The
what you
game's
want,
the
man.
game. The game's the game.
Just give me a
That's why I
commission.
love this youth, bro, because the game's the game.
Exactly.
I ain't be selling these, Jigga. I ain't be selling these, I'll be real. Oh, jeez, bro. God.
nah, they're good. I can't lie. I'm actually gonna make myself a pair when I can.
Oh, my days.
I didn't lace this up because these came with white laces, but they need black laces. So you're gonna have to get some black laces.
I'm going to get some black laces,
But the reverse gradient, it's nuts. But wait, have you seen the bubble though?
bro. So this is it, man.
Have you seen the under?
How are you doing that? How are you
You know
doing?
you're talking about the dark arts. This is the light arts.
These are the light.
These are light arts.
How are you doing this, man? Soul plates and bubbles. How are you colouring bubbles? There's a fade on the bubble.
Bro, do you remember when people used to when they bought their new LVs, yeah? And they'd sit on their mum's kitchen worktop and do that? That's gonna be you, bro. You gotta show the fade on the bottoms, bro.
People need to understand,
They do.
bro.
I can't lie.
Nah, these are amazing, G. These are absolutely amazing.
One of two.
Oh my days. One of two, bro. So who am I with in the two?
You know the guy who owns Kith?
It's me and Ronnie.
You might have heard of him. He's done a few collabs with like Asics and
He's been doing this thing for a minute, bro.
Nike. Yeah, just you and Ronnie, man.
It's just me and Ronnie,
Yeah,
yeah?
just you and Ronnie. But I can't. His pair looks slightly different, but it's the same.
Nah, bro. Well, shout out to Ronnie, bro. We can compare, bro. Come on the pod and you bring yours and I bring mine and we see which one is really rocking, bro. But yeah, Lorenzo, you've actually done a madness.
Love my man.
You've done
You deserve them, bro. I'm gassed that I'm finally able to get a pair to you, and
oh no, you've done a madness.
I've really enjoyed being on the podcast, man.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
For allowing me to.
Yeah, nah. Come on, man. This is actually nuts. This is actually nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, if you see me in Asda, right?
Bro, when are you gonna pull these out, though? For real, though, like it's actually like.
If you see me in Asda, bro, rocking these, do you think Apostle's gonna let me do praise and worship in these? Pete, talk to me. This is nuts.
What
dude.
side do you prefer? This side or this side?
Nah, the inside.
You prefer the inside?
Inside's nuts.
Interesting, man. And what about the tongue?
Oh my day, I didn't even see that. But the what's the names are different.
What's that?
The tongues are different. Oh my days. So it's like, oh no, okay, I'll get you the insides and everything. Yeah, buddy. But this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely. Well, I'm still trying to understand.
When they have black laces in, they'll look different, man.
Bro, yeah, I'm a source them black laces, G.
Bro, people in Liverpool are gonna be hitting you up.
Bro, this is for the whole north of England.
But I'll be real, G. If you get a good offer, I'll just make you another pair, G. Let's make you another pair.
It ain't happening, people. It ain't happening, people. Don't get gassed. It ain't happening, bro. These are staying in Casa de PROZECH. You get me, man? No, we're definitely gonna hold on to these, man. Yeah. These mean more to me than money, man. This is huge. I mean, for real. You've answered the question. That's your
rarest kick as well.
That's my rarest kick. Factually, my rarest kick. You get me? One of two, and I think my one's slightly better, Ronnie, bro. We can chat. You get me? And yeah, it's an absolute honor to be able to have one of these, G. Absolute honor. Crazy. But can you imagine? You get me? Oh wow, people. I can't even take them out. Let me pull them out again. This has been Kicks Chronicles with the actual legend of the game, Lorenz.OG. You get me? Has been here. You guys already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of those amazing things. Make sure to run this thing up, man. I really, really appreciate it. 100 episodes is just the beginning. We've got a lot coming. As I said, we've got a giveaway as well. We're a really cool partner. And yeah, more great interviews, more great stories. And if you want to share your stories, hit me up, man. We can make it happen.
Yes, my people, Big PROZECH here. And to celebrate our 100th episode, we've partnered with the guys over at the Soul Supplier to do an amazing GRAIL giveaway. Yes, we are giving away the Patta x Nike AM1 Chlorophyll. Yes, amazing settings. All you have to do is jump over to my Instagram, that's @PROZECH, and all the information will be available. Thank you for everyone that supported so far. Let's keep it going, and good luck to all who enter. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.